is that time of year, and we are talking about end of April, where much as everything is incredibly exciting in the garden as we start to see things popping up all over the place, it's also really busy. So when I was thinking about what to share with you in this week's video, oh my goodness, once I got started, I couldn't stop. I was 3 pages in before I suddenly thought, how much of that can I fit into 20 minutes? So what I've decided to do is focus on one particular job that is new to me. I'll show you in a minute. Part of it's in there and part of it's down there. And as I say, you know what this channel's like, it's warts and all. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, maybe we will just all learn something. But apart from that, as we go around, I'm going to show you a few things and bring you up to date with a few of the projects we've talked about over the past month or so. Oh, and I'll let you know about what's happened with the hori knife. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider pressing that subscribe button, pressing the like, and maybe even leave a comment. And yeah, you're all incredibly welcome. But first things first, she's going to sleep. This is Bossy Boots. So I'm going to put her with her little friends, and then I'll show you what I mean in the poly. Come on, you. There we go, back in the orchard with your friends. Oh, there we are. Okay, so while I'm up at this end of the plot, let me just fill you in of what is going to be happening in the woodland area. I've shown you this before, and to be honest, it's the only area that's left of the plot now, bearing in mind we have got quite a big site, but this is the only area where we don't really grow anything, and it's under this huge tree. It is absolutely, whoever has had this allotment before has done us proud with packing it full of spring bulbs. So in the spring, it is full of, it first starts off with snowdrops, then we have the grape hyacinths, we have tete-a-tete, we have tulips, we have fritillary. It's beautiful, but then it goes over to bluebells, and this bit here is all nettles, and whereas that is absolutely brilliant for wildlife, I do want to introduce a bit more variety. So Mike has been and strimmed the area where the nettles were growing, which is left this lovely area here, and I'm insisting to myself I'm not going to buy anything, but I have got things that I can dig up and divide from home, that I can dig up and divide from other areas of the plot. So I've got hardy geranium, I have got, oh, what's it called, Bistorta superbum, I can't remember the proper name for it. Hello, you're beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh, now if I walk towards you, who's going to fly away? Let's just see. Are you going to stay there for a minute? You're having a little rest. Can you see now? Can you see? Oh my goodness. I don't know why I'm whispering. Right, okay. Yes, so they are plants that I know will do well in a shaded area with not particularly good soil, and they will thrive. And when I say thrive, wherever I've planted them before, they have bullied all the other plants into submission. So I'm hoping, one, if I'm not paying anything for them, I'm not going to lose anything by trying, and two, they might just work, and we'll have a little bit more variety here. This, as you can see, is a little bit of metal, which is actually my swinging chair. So how wonderful will it be? This will be a proper little nook to just sit and, I don't know, probably doze off. But yeah, so the woodland, we will be bringing you up to date with this. I will have a proper list of plants that I'm going to put in there, but yeah, just thought I'd bring you up to date at the moment because it's looking quite manageable now the nettles have gone. Okay, before I take you in the poly, first thing I'm going to have to do is dunk in my water butt. Now, it was only a week ago, got too much in there, it was only a week ago that I set this system up on this side. And I did say I was going to set up more butts, so I'd have them all linking to each other. And a few people have asked how we're going to do that. So whereas I haven't done it here, I'll show you a couple of the others that are linked together, and it's just basically a very simple system of when one gets too full, you have your hose, it feeds into the next, when that's full it feeds into the next, etc. But there will be a video coming up on that. But for now, the only thing I've been really naughty with is not replacing the lid, which I would always insist you do on a water butt because of things falling in. So yeah, how easy is it to just be able to pop out the tunnel and get my water? Right, let me show you what's in there. Okay, a few weeks ago, after having dreadful germination, both my beans and peas last year when I planted them directly outside, I decided to try the good old gutter method, which to me, I'd always shied away from because I thought looked really, really complicated. But this year, I just thought I'm going to give it a go. You can see now they are way too big. I've actually been nibbling on the tips when I've been in the polytunnel and eating them like pea shoots as I've been doing other stuff, but also they're completely dried out. What I'm going to have to do before I do anything else, and you'll know what I mean if you've seen gutter pea videos before, is give them a good drink, not just to perk them up, but there's another reason which I'll come to in a moment. And leave that to soak in for, I don't know, 10 minutes. It's all falling out at the bottom. And then, yeah, I'll show you what we do next, because I just think this is a genius idea. And I don't know why I haven't tried it before, so I'll show you where they're going to go. If you've done this before, you'll be thinking, why is she faffing on? But to be honest, as I say, this is the first time I've done it, and it is on camera. So what I want to do here, this is the bed my peas are going to go in. And what I need to do, apparently, I'm going to start at the other end from the marjoram, because I need to cut this back a bit. That's something that could go up in the woodland, isn't it? But that needs to be cut back by half and divvied about a bit. So I'm going to start down here. The reason I brought this, can you hear the ice cream man? Just fancy a Mr. Whippy. Anyway, I want to just see how much of a trench I need to dig. So it's got to go up to there. And it's got to be what? About 2 inches deep, because basically you want the trench just big enough to accommodate, that's a posh word, the peas. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do it right in the middle. It is going to mean standing on this end, but that's fine for now. And oh, this is a nice hoe to use. You know what? The ground underneath, even when it seems completely dried out on the top, it's interesting. It's always nice and moist underneath. Okay, so there we go. There. And I just want to get it so that our guttering is going to sit in there. Okay, so I need to bring it along to here. I think. Shout at the screen if I'm not doing this right. Have you done this before? Is this your preferred way of sowing peas? Let me know. Okay, I think that's all right for now. But the next thing, as with the peas in the gutter itself, oh, put that somewhere where I am not going to trip over it or take my eye out. I'm also going to give it a bit of a water. So even though I say the soil is moist, we'll just leave that for a few minutes. There we go. And that can soak in. So ideally, once I put the peas in, they're going to knit together really well. Right. If you watched the video a couple of weeks ago, I was digging up my newly found crow garlic. Oh, I was about to use that then, with my beloved hori. Look, I want to do it again, I can't. In this soil, which, okay, is a little bit dry, but is not generally as hard as a rock. And as I put my hori knife in, I went to lift the garlic out, it completely snapped. Now, I managed to come back a couple of days later and find the other half, because I was worried that either, you know, someone would stand on it, or, well, it's just not nice to have a sharp blade. It would have been that way up vertical in your bed. So I managed to dig it up and I got in touch with the company. Now, I have sent them 2 emails and one of those contact details things. Now, this is 2 weeks ago and I still haven't heard back. Now, I don't usually name and shame, but I just think that is really, really shabby customer services. They are based in the States, so their phone number they're not easy to get hold of, and they do say they will get back to you within 48 hours. So if you're interested and I haven't heard back by next week, I will say who the company is. But yeah, if you've had any good experiences, because I am now left with no hori, if you can recommend a good supplier, I'd be really, really grateful. Pop it in the comments below. And while I'm here, just a huge thank you to Susie, who gave me a super thanks of $15 to go towards getting a new hori. So that was so kind of her. So from out of a bad thing, I mean, not in the grand scheme of things, but someone did something so lovely. So thank you so much, Susie. I'll give them 1 more week and then I'll get back to you. And if they haven't responded, I'll let you know who they are. I don't know if you can see the garlic, but it's absolutely thriving. So it's now got its little net on, or rather they both have, because the elephant garlic is in the far bay there. But yes, this is looking so well. And actually, I've even spied, you won't be able to tell in there, you can see a few weeds, but I've even spied a few carrots, because of course they are perfect companion plants, but really pleased with how it's all looking. Another great thing that happened this week, one of the highlights I would say, was on Thursday afternoon we were able to meet up with the lovely Audrey from Real Food Comes Dirty and her husband Kevin. And honestly, you know, when you meet people for the first time and it just feels like you've known them for years, they were our kind of people. We absolutely loved having them. So yeah, always take that opportunity if you get to meet someone and say hello. You'll be surprised how much you have in common. So thank you, Audrey. We had such a lovely afternoon and probably drank a bit too much wine. Right, okay, this is what we're going to do now. Apparently, I'm going to have to remove, this is where the hori knife comes in, you see, because I'm used to just being able to do something like this really quickly, and now I'm having to peel it. I should have prepared beforehand, but of course I don't. I'm going to take the tape off the end of the guttering, which is controversial anyway. Not everyone puts it in, and there are 2 methods that you can use here. You can do the shake or the chop. Now, to chop, you would just put like about every foot, 30 centimeters, you put your trowel in and you just take them out a piece at a time. But for me, the real fun is going to be to try and get this out in one big, oh my goodness, what am I doing? One big long go. Okay, I can already feel myself quivering. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to try. I'm not going to be able to do it from this end, am I? Or am I? Oh, I think I can. Okay, let's have a go. If I go a little bit at a time, I'm just going to push it in. Okay, it's not all going to go in one go, let's face it. But I can push it in. Look at that. That's all going in. Oh my goodness. Could have done with a bit more water actually, it's a bit crumbly. Look at that. Oh, come on now, Jane. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Oh wow, you know, I'm so chuffed with myself. You know what as well? Not only does that mean that that is now free, I mean that's all it is, an old bit of guttering. I'm going to go immediately and refill that with another load. But I mean, they're on their way. Okay, I haven't, hold on, as I'm talking, I'll pack the edges in like this. As I am talking, I've probably got a pigeon sitting up on the arch or somewhere thinking, oh, that looks like a nice dinner. But I haven't got a plan yet for protecting them, which is probably very bad, but I know I've got a few bits of netting that I might pop up just to be sure, and then I'll get some sticks along for them to climb up. In fact, I know somewhere I've got one of those string nets that looks very beautiful but is the devil itself to try and put up, so I might try and resurrect that. But for now, oh my goodness, did that look easy? It felt easy. That is so good. Okay. Something else that I've tried for the first time. Okay, if you enjoyed that and you want to keep following my allotment journey, as I say, subscribe, like and comment, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now. Woo-hoo.